How's it going, guys? How are you? So, I guess UFC 219, the fight between Cris Cyborg versus Holly Holmes, it's not happening. And this is according to Lenny Fresquez, and he's Holly Holmes' agent. And if you guys have seen my previous video, I was picking Holly Holm versus Cris Cyborg to headline UFC 219. And well, obviously that's not the case. That's not the case as of this moment. And the other pick that I picked for UFC 218, and you guys, this broke my heart, because I actually got this one right until this happened. That's right, Frankie Edgar got injured in less than 4 weeks away. Frankie Edgar is injured from undisclosed injury, and he's out from UFC 218 headline versus Max Holloway. Damn. And on top of that, UFC 219, which should have been the #1 contender to TJ Dillashaw bantamweight title, and this was, in my assumption and with from multiple sources, that it's supposed to be the co-main event for UFC 219 of Dominic Cruz versus Jimmy Rivera, and that is no longer the case as well, because Dominic Cruz suffered a broken arm. Oh my goodness. Dom, what are you doing, man? I think you're gonna take it easy. Okay, so let's get back to Holly Holmes and Cris Cyborg, and who I believe should be the headline of UFC 219. And according to Lenny, he said that Holly Holmes and the UFC, they did not come to an agreement when it comes to the fight contract, to a new contract for her to headline this event. And for me, that boggles my mind. It's just the fact that every fighter, before they compete inside the octagon, they must sign a contract, and it doesn't make sense to me that before each fight, fighters are allowed to renegotiate their contract before they fight. I was under the assumption that you sign a contract for X amounts of fight, for X amounts of money, and then you go in and you compete. But it seems like that's not the case, especially with Holly Holmes, and mostly Conor McGregor. I just don't understand that. So the next question is that, who do I believe, or who do you guys think? Tell me who you think in the comment section below. Who do you think should be the new headliner for UFC 219? Okay, let's see who's available. The men, the flyweight champion, because they won a championship fight as a headliner. Flyweight champion Demetrius Johnson, he says no because, well, after his last fight, he even stated that I am no longer going to fight at the rest of 2017 because of Christmas. He won't spend that time with his family. And Demetrius Johnson, he's at that state of his career where money's nice, but he doesn't need it as much as he used to. So he could sit back and relax and enjoy the time that he had with his family, especially Christmas is coming up, the New Year's, and just enjoy being the champ. And on top of that, who's gonna fight against DJ? There's no competition at flyweight right now, so TJ is thinking of coming down to fight a super fight against Demetrius Johnson, but that might be mid 2018. That's my pick. Okay, so the flyweight division's out. Next is the bantamweight, which is TJ. TJ, he has no intention to compete again this year. It's just the fact that he stated during the post-fight press conference from UFC 217, he is him and his wife Jessica, they are expecting their first child late December. The date that he announced was December 28th, so right after Christmas. But that is just an estimate because it's not always accurate. The baby could always arrive a day ahead or a day after. He might have a Christmas baby, or even a New Year's baby. So TJ's out. And next we move on to the flyweight, which is Max Holloway. Max is supposed to compete at UFC 218, and Frankie's out. And now, as of right now, Max Holloway does not have an opponent. So I don't see the UFC moving Max from 218 to 219, unless Frankie Edgar's injury is not as extreme as expected. It's not as extreme as I might first perceive. So after that's being said, the UFC 218 headliner, the UFC fight must go on as well, and I don't see pulling the headliner from UFC 218 just go to UFC 219. That might be a possibility, but I don't see it happening. Next is Conor McGregor at the lightweight division. Conor could come back, but he is demanding. He's asking for a lot, and I don't think he is gonna do it. I don't think he's gonna. Not a chance. Not a chance. It's just the fact that, well, he wants a lot of money, and he wants a lot of money. He wants to co-promote, and this will be a short notice fight for him because it will be less than 8 weeks away. And as for right now, the UFC and Conor, they're in this negotiating stage, and it doesn't seem like Conor McGregor would like to come back. And if he would, not anytime soon, especially not in less than 8 weeks notice. Conor's out. And then we have the interim lightweight champion, which is Tony Ferguson. Obviously, Tony Ferguson's doing it if the price is right. And to me, I realized that there's no gimme fight inside the UFC. But however, there's level when it comes to competition. If the UFC offer Tony Ferguson like $1.5 million, and you guys, this is no knock on his opponents, but let's just say they give him 1.5 and let him fight. I don't know who's like let him fight the winner of Justin Gaethje versus Justin Gaethje versus Eddie Alvarez. I believe that they're competing at UFC 218. Yeah. These guys are competing at. Let's have a quick look. I am 99% sure that Justin Gaethje and Eddie Alvarez, they are competing at UFC 18. Let's have a quick look here, because if that is the case, these two guys, Eddie and Justin, they have no problem they have no problem for a quick turnaround, because these guys are warriors, and it's for the UFC title. What? Here it is. Damn it. Yes, they are on UFC 218. There we go. So that's one option. It's for the interim title match between Tony Ferguson versus the winner of Justin Gaethje and Eddie Alvarez. But I don't know if Tony Ferguson is going to take that fight, because the only fight that is interesting to him is Conor McGregor. But however, at the end of the day, money talks, and if you toss enough money towards Tony's way, he's not going to say no. And it seems that as of right now, he's more receptive, and he's not as difficult to deal with as Conor McGregor. And next we have the welterweight title. The champ is Tyron Woodley. Yeah, I don't see Tyron Woodley coming back. Tyron Woodley, he has not been shy about this. Is that he wants the biggest fight, he wants the biggest payday, and as for right now, his biggest payday, he must hold the belt. If he doesn't have the belt, the big payday for him, it will not be there, right? And the thing that comes with the belt is that you get a pay-per-view points, but the pay-per-view points, it comes with the sales of the pay-per-view. And as for right now, the biggest pay-per-view seller, the biggest pay-per-view attraction right now is George St. Pierre. And there's been conversation that George St. Pierre would like to drop back down to the welterweight division to fight for the belt before he decided to move up, according to his contract, to fight Robert Whittaker. Because before George's fight with Michael Bisping, the news that was announced was that he signed a 3-fight contract, and one of the stipulation within the contract is that if he beats Michael Bisping, he must defend he must defend the middleweight title. But the contract does not state when he has to defend it. So there's within reason that George St. Pierre would move down to welterweight, capture or attempt to capture the welterweight title and become the second dual weight champion, and then move up and try to defend the middleweight title. And those two fights that I just mentioned, those two fights be a super fight regardless. If George St. Pierre moved down, a super fight for setting history. If he moves up, if George win, now he's a dual champion moving up a division to defend a title, and or if he loses to Tyron Woodley, he's still the middleweight champion, and they could promote that as a unification bout, which is gonna be sick, regardless, sick. And the middleweight, yeah, George is not coming back because if you guys seen the medical suspension, he's out for 45 days. So 45 days with no contact, I believe. But there's no way that George will come back with less than 8 weeks notice, especially when he just won the title. There's no reason for him to put that title back up right away and so soon. So unless like I said, he moved down to fight Tyron Woodley, but that was like 10 fights in 2 fights in 10 weeks. That is very uncharacteristic of George. I don't see him doing it. Okay, next is the light heavyweight. You know what? The light heavyweight, we have Daniel Cormier versus, as right now, the number 1 contender is Volkan Ozdemir. I can see that fight right there, that matchup being the front running. Yeah. If I have to pick, I'll pick that one. DC versus Ozdemir, headline UFC 219. And the heavyweight, we have Stipe, which who knows what's happening, because the last time that we heard about anything from Stipe, he's still waiting for a contract. So yeah, so guys, so that is my quick thought on the possibility of the new headliner for UFC 219. You guys, if you guys have not, please comment, rate, and subscribe, and tell me what you think in the comment section below. And thank you very much. I will talk to you soon. Bye.